Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Jamerson. Welcome back to another video. Sorry I said that twice. But this video has been a long time coming. I should have done this when JJK originally ended a while back. And I should have done it at least before Modulo came out. But, better late than never. But what I am doing is that I am revisiting my tier list that I had initially worked on. It would be definitely interesting to see what I had came up with before, and see pretty much what my opinions of certain characters. I very much doubt some characters are going to be different. As you can see here, this is my own special grading. We started from grade 4, just basically characters that I don't really have that much of an opinion on. They're just there in the story, and they're cool. Grade this is basically D. Grade 3 is C. Grade 2 is B. Grade 1 is A, and then special grade is S rank, and then other ones is just people who I would glaze to the end of time. And there's a lot of people that I would consider as honored ones, but I got all the characters. Well, not all the characters, because there's a lot of smaller characters, really small characters that aren't really that important to the story. But it got characters from Modulo and from JJK 0 and JJK, the regular series. Ignore this panda picture here. But yeah, let's get started. So we're gonna start here with Dobura, and so Dobura, just off of an initial reaction, I would consider him either special grade or honored ones. Because he is definitely goated in the fact that, he was already considered a Sukuna level threat, but he evolved to the point where he pretty much was going to defeat Magaraga, but also he was learning on fire. He never had a domain expansion. He learned reverse curse technique all in one fight, and he only had really. I mean, he had 2 fights, but one of them really wasn't a fight because he was basically demolishing the Earth sorcerers. I'm gonna put him for honor ones for right now. No, he also likes Earthling too, and I feel like he's really clumsy. I'm gonna keep him at honor ones because I really like Dobura's personality. He's this really, he's that meek giant personality type where he's really a dangerous individual. However, his personality is complete opposite of that, and to be honest, he doesn't even want to fight. And it wasn't until he went against Dobura, not Dobura, Magaraga, where he's oh, this is what it likes to be a warrior. Osuki, he was out of the Rumel Sumerians race. He was the more prominent of the, I guess, of the lesser guys. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really sure how I feel about this guy. He was really annoying. He's one of those people who's always looking for a fight, and I found that really annoying. But I mean, it makes sense because he's coming from a situation that was really unfavorable to him and his people. So it's very obvious. But he had a lot of good moments where he became friends with Cross and Maru, apologized to them, told them, you know what, maybe you guys aren't so bad. I'm gonna put him from grade 2 for right now. John Balama. To be honest, for him, it's also the same. I thought he was going to be a bad guy, judging by how he looked, but he was actually a really decent person, a decent individual or person, whatever you say. So I'm gonna put him here. Uh, Cross and Maru. Um, to be honest, I want to put these two as special grade S rank, because I really like the characters. I like Maru. I like the twist of Maru being like he was like faking everything. Like he actually didn't seem like he was actually the mean one out of the twins. Other than Cross, Cross was actually the more decent one out of the twins. Um, he's a very skilled fighter. Um, Cross, he's like pretty decent, but I mean, I don't know. I like, yeah, I definitely like Cross more than Mara. I want to say, or do is the other way around. Okay, we'll hold off on it. Let my thoughts gather. Dura. I'm put Dura at grade 1. A really decent dude. He laid the foundation for Maru and Cross. He was like the Moses of like their tribe, and like sacrificed himself. So he's a pretty decent dude. I like him. Jun Itadori. I don't know where I put him last time, but Jin. To be honest, I don't have that great of a liking to Jin. Like, yes, without he for sure like because of the things that he did, Yuji would never have been born, but like he just completely disrespected his deceased wife's body. Like he was all for like Kenjaku like taking over her body, his late wife's body, and birthing like Yuji, which is like honestly crazy. Takada-chan, to be honest, I don't have that much of an opinion on her, but I just put her up there for Toto's sake. Wasuke. I'm gonna put him as grade 1 as well too, because without him, Yuji wouldn't be this type of person who's like always trying to like help people out. Because basically Wasuke like cursed him, which definitely sucks, but he did it. He did it with the best intentions, and Wasuke was like from the beginning trying to like help out his family, but nobody would listen to him, and only Yuji would really listen to him. Fumi, I think this is Nobara's boyfriend. I'm gonna put it here. I don't have really that much opinion. Ozawa, I would say I like her character. I like that character. I'm gonna put her at grade 2. Sukumi Fushiguro. I like her. I think she's just tragic. I'm gonna put it here on grade 3. I don't know who that is. I think this is Yuji's friend from high school, from the regular high school. I'm gonna put him as grade 4. I like her more, Sasaki, because she has more moments. More moments, although the moments are not that big. Etso, where would I put Etso? Etso is one of the curse wound paintings. Hold on. Let me put these guys. I don't know who these guys are. I don't know why I say these. Etso, yeah, I don't know this is either. Um, Etso. Yeah, I don't have that much of an opinion of him. I like him more than like these characters because I'm gonna put the other brother, Kate Chizu. Oh, if I pronounced that name right. But yeah, these the cursed wound paintings that Yuji fought against and his brother Yuji's brothers, that he unknowingly killed. They were pretty, I like the whole dynamic of the cursed wound brothers, siblings, between Yuji, Chozo, and them, and like it's really pretty cool, and I like them more than so I think they grade 3 is probably a good part. Uh, Kuro Rushi, the Roach Curse Spirit. I'm putting it at grade 3. He's finding his life out. He's a pretty dope character. Curse Nyoya. I might as well get the non-curse one. Oh, I probably should say that this has this has like spoilers. So I'm gonna rate these two the same. Nayuta, he's a very interesting character, so I'm gonna put him as grade 2. Um, he's a nice, interesting example of the Zennin clan, how their misogyny and traditionalism, you know, has like evolved and things like that. And I'll put his curse form right next to him. Why did I put this character? This is the guy this is the broker for Toji. Toji, honored one for sure. He is honored one, without a doubt. I don't think I need to say anything else. He basically beat Gojo, the first person to ever beat Gojo. He disrupted Tengen's, I guess, fusion that he was going to do when he beat Gojo. He what you call it? He birthed Megami. He made a deal to make sure Megami is secure. He came back to life, wreaked havoc, killed himself before he can kill his own son. Yeah, this man, and he basically like gave nightmares to all the Zennin clan, to the point where like they felt like they had to kill like Maki because she was becoming like him. So yeah, Toji is definitely, and he's voiced by the voice actor for Dio too in the anime, so he's definitely goated. Masaki, he's the curse user from Modulo. I like this. I like this. I'm gonna put him at grade 3. While he's not that much of, it's not. Well, he is like I was gonna say he's not much of a character, but he does have his own personal character. So I found him very interesting, like what he could do, but but yeah, he's definitely dope. Why not put it? Junpei. Junpei, I would say grade 2. Junpei was very important pillar in Yuji's early sorcerer life, and is a very tragic character that I wish could have like lived more. Do I have Kenjaku? Okay, I do. Okay, so I'm going to ignore this Noritoshi. Bayer, this is the Q people. I don't have much opinion. This one or this one. Why did I put these characters? Or this one? This is the lucky guy, Haruta. Uh, he's grade 3. I like his curse technique, and he was a bit of like an annoying character. And I don't say like annoying as in like I hated seeing him, but like his like Gege like wrote this character like correctly, and I don't know why it is Chozo. I don't know where I had Chozo last time, but I'm putting Chozo as honored one, and the reason why is because he is the best big brother in anime to me, or at least one of the best big brothers. He has done like so much for like Yuji, and even though that he couldn't do much, like himself, because he believed that his younger siblings, the younger generation is always supposed to surpass, um, the older generation. He did his best to like lay the foundations, and that's why he is an honor one for me. Like I would glaze Chozo, like no matter what. Urame. I like the idea of Urame. I like the idea of him, or they, or she. I'm not exactly sure what the gender are, but I like the idea of Urame being this kid who is abandoned by his parents, or no, he accidentally killed his parents and abandoned by society because of his curse technique. And Suguna just, took him in on a whim because, you know, Suguna was hungry. Um, I just like that idea. So I'm gonna put him as grade 1. Them as grade 1. Don't really have an opinion on this character. Kenjaku. Okay. Kenjaku. Kenjaku is the main one of the main villains, the manipulator of the orchestrator of like the events that happens throughout the series. The father of Chozo and the mother of Yuji is a crazy thing to say because that's how manipulative and cunning this character is. Um, I w- I don't I'm not a super Kenjaku fan, um, but I would consider him a special grade type of character in my book. Solely for the fact that I like the fact that all the stuff that he did, the reason why he did it is because he just wanted to have fun. And I like, his last fight that he had with old dude Takaba, uh where it's just like you got to know a lot more about the character and Kenjaku. I mean, and I would like to see more. And I think it's one of the things I like about Gege is that he writes enough about the character, writes enough about a character to make him interesting, but wanting you to learn more about him. But yeah, that's why he'll be in special grade. Sukuna, honored one for sure. I'm putting Sukuna. He is gonna be right there. Sukuna is always gonna be his honored one. Like for real, he is my favorite modern villain. He's just so freaking cool. I don't think I need to say anything else about Sukuna. Larue. Um, I like Larue. So the sole fact of his curse technique and how he used it at the end, which gave Yuji an edge in their fight. So I'm gonna put him as grade 3. I'm gonna put at grade 2. Uh, Miguel. I'm gonna put Miguel in grade 1. For several reasons. Miguel being the only African person, me being African American, that's cool. Always for that representation, and I like the fact that he came into the Sukuna fight, did his thing, didn't even get damaged, and then it like dipped out of there. Another thing I love about him is the conversation between him and Gojo. When Gojo basically insinuated is that Miguel is strong because he's African, and Miguel basically shut them down. He's like, I'm good because I'm me, and I love that. So that's definitely a highlight. He's a grade 1. I wish we could have got more about him. Also, he fought Gojo and survived too. That's goated. Uh, I don't have much opinions about these girls. These are Ghetto's adopted like daughters, I guess. Ghetto. Um, I'll put Ghetto as grade one. Do I want to put him as a grade one? Yeah, I'm gonna put it as grade two because I don't really have that much of a liking for like Ghetto as like everybody else do. Like I like the character. It's a very tragic character. And yeah, it definitely like leaves me wanting to like his story just leaves me wanting to like know like what if he didn't go to that side, but I don't have that much of a liking to him like that. So grade two, um, which I like him, but not like not a great amount. Uh, you Hybar. I don't really don't have much of an opinion. Tsurugi and Yuka. Uh, where would I put these two characters? I don't think in terms of liking, I don't think I would put them on grade one. Oh, I don't think I'll put them in special grade or honor ones. Because I like the characters. I think they're a nice new generation to the previous generation. I like Surugi's older brother stick where he's trying to make sure that he's strong enough so that he can give the Rika ring to Yuka. I like the fact that he was able to utilize Rika in this fight and things like that. I also like Yuka, um, her mentality, her view of like the world. I think is like very interesting. Um, where like she was like just she wants like peace and she willing to like lay down her life to like fight for the betterment of the world. Um, I'm gonna put you know what I'm gonna put Maru and Cross in grade one. No. I'm a, no. They're going to be they're going to be special grade because I like them more than like Dura, and the writing for like the characters is very interesting and how Tsurugi evolves from this very. I feel like he was more conservative in the beginning to this person that's not as conservative and like memory remembering like his conversation with his grandma Maki about like how she wished that she didn't like sacrifice her sister to like become stronger. I think it's like very interesting. I think this is the nun lady from the hidden inventory arc. I don't have that much of an opinion on her. So this is the lunch lady from in the Modulo. So I'm gonna put her here. You know what? I'm gonna put her as honored one, right next to Deborah, cause she got this man smitten. I just she is honored to me. She's an honor word to me. I just find it funny that they basically like fell in love and Deborah actually came back for her. Yui. I like Yui. I want to put him as grade two. Cause he's definitely, especially with knowing like his status in Modulo, where he basically carry on Mei Mei's like legacy, and maybe it was on some weird stuff. Um, but he's kind of carry on and he does like help out a bit and like helps out Yuji and stuff like that. Rico, the 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 star plasma vessel. I'll put her grade three. Don't have much of an opinion. Oh, Curse Rika. I love Curse Rika. I'm gonna put her at special grade. I love the fact the whole dynamic of this cursed spirit that's like in love with like Yuta, and the basically like, his bodyguard and willing to do everything he needs to, and he wants to. And then she comes back to help out Tsurugi, and like she's like still showing the hatred for like Maki. It's like, oh, you look like that bitch. I was like, that's funny to me. Dagon, I don't have much of an opinion of him. So I'm gonna put him here. Don't have an opinion of this character. Hanami. She was getting her butt whooped. I don't have much opinion of her either. Uro. I like Uro. I'm gonna put her as grade 2. Cause she showed like a backstory of like um Gojo and Yuta's like clan in the Heian era. I think it's the Heian era. And like how much, and like I love like her whole idea of like, okay, I lived my life for this clan. Now I have the second chance, and I want to like live my life. And then this brat, a brat descended of the clan I hate, is trying to tell me to live my life. I don't know. I kind of like her character. Um, I wonder what happened to her. I wonder if she's still alive. Mahito. I hate Mahito. So if, like how much he's caused like trouble for Yuji, but he is an honored one in terms of like, I would glaze him, but I would put him at special grade because I would not glaze this man because he's done so much harm to Yuji and several other characters, Tempura and stuff like that. But he is a high tier character in my book. Like character wise. Jogo, I will put him as grade 1 for me. I feel like he had the most personality out of the curse the cursed spirits in like the main series. He had like the goal of like wanting to like lead his people and become like the humans that they're the root humans as they say. Ryu, I would put Ryu. I really like you, Ryu. I would put Ryu as grade 1. Yeah, he was just a cool character, in my opinion. He was just out there trying to like, find like be fulfilled. He got fulfilled, but like Yuta and like in their battle, he still tried to like fight just because what else can you do after like getting your fill of dessert, and then getting his butt whipped by Sukuna. But he's still that guy. Wish I could see more about him. I know this character. He was in the deadlock they had in the Culling games. Don't really have much of character. That character or this character or this character really. Reggie Star. I like his character. I mean, not too much, but he was definitely a very interesting foil to Megami in the Culling games. Basically, there to introduce the idea that sorcerers are liars and cunning. Like you have to lie and trick, and basically honing in this fact that being a sorcerer is all about out thinking, out matching your opponent. And Reggie was constantly doing that, and Megami was constantly doing that. So he was definitely a formidable foe for Megami, and he's a very interesting character. And his curse technique was also interesting too, so I like it. Yorozu, I'm gonna put her as grade, I want to say 2 or 1. I'll put grade 2. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna say grade two for her. I like the character. I like the whole idea of her. She basically came in, took over Megami's sister's body, and you tricked them. Worked alongside Sukuna for a little bit until like they started fighting. Uh, she got like a crazy strong curse technique. Um, but that's about it about her character. She was just there to show like the past of like Sukuna's past and things like that. Remy. I don't have any opinion of these characters. I know why did I put these characters? Takaba. How? I'm put Takaba as special grade. He's definitely a very cool and funny character. Actually, I'm gonna put him right next to Kunchaku. A very cool and funny character. I really do like him. I wouldn't say I super glaze him. That's why he's not in honor ones. But Takaba is a very interesting, fun character with a very fun curse technique. Rin. I like Rin. I like that he kind of like he knew Yuji in the past, and like even though that he was working with like some people in the culling games, like you knew how good Yuji was, and he came on the side of like the Jujutsu sorcerers, and he helped them out. I think he has like a healing ability, which definitely was crucial in the battle. But yeah, I really like the Rin character. It's like very redemption. So I put him as grade two. I like the character. Hana. Hana or Angel. Hmm. This is kind of hard. Because I like the whole idea. Because when they first introduced Hana, she was this. Basically, it seems like she was going to be like a villain, and I think it's a failing on Gege's part, where I feel like they could have delved more into like the character and the angel part, the cursed spirit that's within her body that hates like Sukuna. I definitely think they could have like delved more into that. I do like the character, but I don't feel like there's not much of her. So it's not much. What's shown is like I don't know. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but it doesn't really pique my interest. So I'm gonna put it as grade two. Higuruma, honored one, for sure. Higuruma is a lawyer who became a sorcerer, and basically became like super strong after like 2 months of studying what being a sorcerer is. Um, he was basically redeemed by Yuji in their fight, and he was fighting his heart out in the Sukuna fight, and I really feel like he's like a really interesting like character. So I will always glaze like Higuruma. I don't know who this is. What this Noritoshi all about? I don't know who this is. Um, oh yeah. So I know. So these guys. Um, so I'm gonna put these guys last because I know who these guys are. They're pieces of shit. They're from the Zenith clan. They're terrible people that has yeah, they're just terrible people. Renata, I'm going to put him as grade three because while he was a nice person in the Zenith clan, he basically let things happen. Like he's the perfect example of like what if good like evil prevails if good men do nothing. And so Renato is like a good person, as like Gege would say, but he let things happen, which is why he had to die. Tengen, I like Tengen. I would have liked to see more Tengen. But I'm trying to think. Grade two or grade one? I'm gonna put Crit Tengen as grade two. They're a grade two in my opinion. But I like the whole idea of like this this sorcerer that lives so long, has a super strong barrier technique and lives so long, and eventually became a cursed spirit. It was very interesting. Nobito, the former head. So I like Nobito. He's a very interesting character. Um, grade grade three, in my opinion. Mainly because you know, he also gained from the status of the Zenin clan before Monkey like destroyed them. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Ino. I really like Ino. I'll put Ino as grade one. Mainly for fact. So Ino, he was Nanami's like pupil. He really looked up to Nanami, and he wanted Nanami to like promote it, like recommend him to promote him to like grade one. And so uh, Ino in the final fight, he he was really integral to like the fight, even though like Sukuna's like god level. And like he gave enough distraction for Yuji to deal like a devastating blow. And I really like because even though that he was like fodder compared to like everybody else in that Sukuna fight, like he really did his best. And so, Nanami, honored one. Nanami is probably the most sensible, the most level-headed, and the one that makes the most sense. The most sense. I love it. Everybody like the best adult in everything because he was looking out for Yuji in the end, and uh, like he was a very tragic character that I really enjoy. Like even Gege loved him. But yeah, Nanami, I will always glaze him. Toto, always glaze Toto. He has a winning record. He has never lost from what I've seen here. He has never lost a fight. When he's with Yuji, Yuji is his domain. And he's married now, which everybody believes he's married to Takada. You know what? I'm gonna put her at honored. I'm gonna put her at honored right next to him. Because without her, I don't think Toto would be like this. Momo. Momo's cool. I'm gonna put her grade three. Kamo. I'm gonna put Kamo at grade two. The reason I'm putting him at grade two is he was a very interesting character. It's the whole issue with him being a part of like the Kamo clan, even though he's like illegitimate, but he has the family's like curse technique, their family's curse technique. And he's doing this whole thing. He's trying to be more traditional to like help out his mom. And I think it felt like his mom like left out on him. And then later in the series, he kind of had this realization, thanks to Maki, to like, you should probably talk to your mom and reconnect with her. And then near the fight, he decided to abstain from fighting because he wants to make sure his family's straight. So I will always appreciate that. I do like his character for that. Miwa, I like Miwa. I would put her next to uh, grade two, Kamo. And I feel like reason why is I think because of the memes. I like her. Also, her relationship with Muta Koichi, I think is like really, really like interesting. I love the fact that she basically did like a stupid move and she can never swing a sword again. But I'm gonna put her a great. I like the character. Charles Bernard. I don't really have much of a. I don't really have much of an opinion of him. I'm gonna put him as grade three, to be honest, because I feel like he's kind of a stand-in for Gege and how he feels about the manga industry and the stress that he goes through. He's a very interesting character with an interesting curse technique, but it's kind of like a one-off thing. Kashimo. I'm gonna put Kashimo at grade one. He's definitely a very cool character, very interesting, very like short-lived. You know what? No, I'm gonna put him as special grade. Yeah, because I like his whole his personality, his viewpoint is that he's all about like fighting people, and he's basically given like respect to Gojo and Sukuna in their fight, trying to make sure nobody like interferes. Um, yeah, it's a very cool, interesting character. I like it. No, I'm gonna put him in a great one because I don't have that too much of attachment to him. Because I would have never like glazed him, but I find him. I like his character. I think is very interesting. Yuki, I'm gonna put her as grade one too, grade one as well too. So I like a whole philosophy. We're trying to remove curse energy from everybody. Um, she had definitely had like regrets for like leading Geto astray, even though it wasn't her intention. She is very strategic. I definitely would have liked to see more of her. Um, but I'm gonna put it as grade one. I like the character. Mei Mei. Where did I put you? I like Mei Mei. I'm gonna put it at grade one. The reason I'm putting Mei Mei here is because even though she's kind of a despicable character and she is very money hungry, her that I do. Well, yeah, I do like that part about her. But she is willing to. I guess for the right money, she is willing to. I don't know if she's willing to do stuff. You know, no, she does stuff for her own gains. Okay, never mind. But no, I do like her character for that fact. I do like the fact that her curse technique is actually really like it's really weak in a sense, but she was able to find a workaround with that. So she's a perfect example of like you're only as strong as like if your imagination for your technique is like low or like if it's like big, then like you can go like to greater heights. And Mei Mei is one of those characters where like I think she's special grade, or like grade one or special grade. Like she's a high tier grade sorcerer because of her curse technique and how she utilizes and how strong she is. Koichi, Muta. I'm gonna put him next to Miwa at grade two. It's a very cool. It was a very cool character. Very interesting that he was like he betrayed everybody, so that way he can, like actually live with them and everybody. It's just unfortunately he became a tragic character and died. But he was able. He figured that might happen, so he was able to, you know, leave behind a visages of himself to where he can help people out and like communicate with people. Um, my I'm gonna put my at grade three. Cause I don't have that much of an opinion of my. I do like her character. She's very like. Actually, no, I'm gonna put her at grade two. Well, I don't have that much of opinion or liking to her like that. I mean, I kind of like her for the fact that her relationship between her and her sister Maki, um, and like you see like the flip of like how Maki feels. Like Maki is like she just hates everything on her side of on her family, and she wants to rebel against it. While Mai just wants to go with the flow. And he hates her sister for like that, and she's willing to like sacrifice herself for her sister to like destroy everything. Nita, I'm gonna put him at grade three because he helped out Nobara. Iori, I'm gonna put her at grade two. Yeah, I'm gonna put her at grade two. Um, yeah, because she's basically the teachers of these guys here. She also helped out Gojo in his fight against like Sukuna. I really enjoyed that. I like the fact that she doesn't like Gojo, because everybody glazes him while she like doesn't. It's like really cool, but she's willing to like put aside her differences for that. So, but Ganji, whatever his name is, the guitar guy. I'm gonna put him as grade two as well. I think it's a really interesting example of like a old head who's like set in his ways in the beginning, but like changed his mind. I really like the fact that he changed his mind and helped out the future of like Jujutsu Society to get to where it is in Modulo. So I really like that aspect of him. I like that the fact that his curse technique is something so unconventional. It's like a guitar. Um, but yeah, he's a really interesting case of a character who's born with like an interesting technique, an unconventional technique that was forced to be traditional, and then eventually he breaks the mode and to make sure the future generation is like secure. So I'll put him great too. I like him. Kirara. I'll put Kirara at great too. I like her character. I like the fact that she's a trans character, and that she's like a super follower of like Hikari. Her curse technique is like really interesting. Not a whole bunch you can do with it though, but it's very useful in like the current fight. Actually, there's probably stuff you can do with it. There's also what you call it. I like the fact she's another example of how Jujutsu Society is so like traditional and conservative, where they ousted her, and example of like basically her existence like expands like how the society like treats the world, treats like the sorcerers. Hikari. I'm gonna put Hikari as special grade. Cause I wouldn't say that I would glaze him like all the time. Uh, yeah, I would say I wouldn't. Like, I would glaze him somewhat, but I wouldn't glaze him all the time because I feel like there's still more we need of this man. I want to see more of this man to like glazes him because like the big fight that we seen him fight in like 3 times against Yuji, against Charles Bernard, and against Kashimo, and they were all like really well. The Kashimo fight, I would say that's probably his highlight. And then he was going to fight against Urame, but we didn't get to see that. And so, I mean, he stalled Urame, which is like pretty good because, Urame is like Sukuna's like right hand person, but we didn't even get to see it. But I also like the fact that on the side he was running this illegal fight club for like Jujutsu sorcerers, and then he basically made sure to try to get like a law passed where like sorcerers can reveal that they exist. So I think that's definitely dope. So I'm gonna put him at special grade. Yuta, goated. He's under one. I would always glaze him. All the Yuta haters, it just boggles my mind that there are even like Yuta haters, where they're saying that he's useless and that he's like a pointless character and stuff like that. I was like, he's just so great in my opinion. Like, yes, he can copy abilities, although he can only copy them for like 5 minutes at a time, and Rika has to be active. Rika is an extension of his ability, so Rika is not just some extra thing. It is a part of Yuta that he can use at any time. Rika can also store tools, and on top of that, that's just like his skills. Like, Yuta is like a really smart and strategic individual. The entire Sukuna raid would never had happened without him. Like, I want to say that like everything that happened, Yuta planned. Like, everything happened at the Gojo, Yuta planned. Oh, at the Kashimo, Yuta planned. He planned for like everything. He defeated Kenjaku with the help of Takaba. Although Takaba did most of the work, but like Yuta dealt the final blow, which he said that he was going to do. Yuta fought Sukuna. We saw his domain technique, a domain expansion, which is like super good. And on top of that, when he failed, he had a backup plan to swap to Gojo's body, to use Gojo's body, which is like crazy. Like, in the words of Sukuna, I didn't think he was willing to do that. Like, And then on top of that, Yuta was able to get back to his body. He married Maki. He lived a wonderful life. He died after Maki died. He had a children, grandchildren. It's just great. And on top of that, we don't even know how strong he got because he poured all his curse energy into Rika's ring, which he handed to like Tsurugi. So it's like Yuta is like so goated. And then on top of that, everything that Yuta does is for like his friends and like family people that he loves. And he tries to like and he's not so stupid as to not realize that he's a blessed individual. Like in his fight against Uro, who he tried to like say like, don't you have people that you like love and enjoy? Uro's like, what the hell are you talking about? And I think Yuta realized that he can't argue with somebody that's not going to like listen to you, and he realizes because he's blessed and he's grateful for that. Like he's a humble individual, and that's why I always like Yuta, because he's a humble individual that's always willing to like get down and do what's needed to be done. Uh, Panda. How would I put Panda? I would also put Panda at grade two. I'll put Panda at grade two. Inumaki, I want to put Inumaki at grade one, and the reason why I put Inumaki at grade one is because Inumaki, I like the fact he has to limit himself in like his speech. I like that fact. I like that he likes to troll people. I think that's funny that he likes to troll people. It's really fun to me that he likes to do that. He has put up numbers like in his fight against Sukuna, like put out a recording of him saying freeze or something like that, and like it it's funny to me that it's funny to me that happens. So I like Inumaki, but I like the fact that he likes to troll a little bit, have fun. Maki. Okay, Maki, I will always glaze her. She's one of the best female characters I've ever seen. Nobara, honored one. I would always glaze her forever. I was one of the ones that was super happy when we saw her at the end. Megami, I'm putting him at special grade. I like Megami. I do wish like he does like be putting up like numbers, and I really do like his character, like his whole dynamic with him and his father, like abandon him, but also his father's like trying to help him out. I like the fact that he has his family's curse technique that he doesn't will have nothing to do, to want to do. He's solely just trying to help make sure his sister is okay. He doesn't want to be a a a um like a big sorcerer, like a top sorcerer. He want to make sure that his life is good, his sister's life is good, like people like his sister and usually you want to make sure their lives are good. And I think this was so interesting. That's what's so interesting to me. Like it's funny to me when people call him like a fraud, because he's really not a fraud. Like he's actually doing what he wants to do, and like he failed like a little bit. He failed in his goal because unfortunately his sister died, but he was actually like in that sense he is a fraud because he wasn't able to like help his sister. Actually no, I won't even say he's a fraud because it's not even his fault that happened. Um but I wouldn't call him a fraud, because like he's always constantly trying to summon Magaraga. Like he's going against like the times that he's doing that, he's going against like Sukuna, and like he's in situations like life or death. It's like, well, I might as well just like fuck you guys. Just like if I'm not going to be able to survive this, I might as well summon this guy. But I wouldn't like super glaze him though. I like Megami. He's a very cool, interesting character. I wish we would have got to see more of him, like in his prime, like after the events of the main series. But I do like Megami. Yuji. If you don't know, I am a super Yuji fan. He is one of my favorite main characters in all of like fiction. I would forever glaze Yuji flaws and all. Like you can't tell me any wrong. Like he's one of the characters that you can't tell me no wrong. Um, I don't have a much opinion. I don't even know who this she is. Uh, Shoko. I like Shoko. Where would I put her? I'm gonna put her at grade two. I'm trying to think. In my opinion, she hasn't done really much of like she has feats on her belt, but she hasn't done anything that would make me like super like her above like grade two, in my opinion. Inichi, I like Inichi. When I put him at two or one. You know, I'm gonna put her at grade one and him at grade one because I really like these characters. These are like Gojo's like last remaining friends, and they really go all out. Like I now I realize that I like Shoko's like personality. She's so nonchalant with like things. You know, she's like a heavy chain smoker, and like she quit smoking at the end. You know, she was willing to like help out. You know, Gojo and like Yuta and like everything. I like Ichichi. One of the reasons that you know he's not really good at being a sorcerer, but he's continuing to stay in the realm of like the sorcerer world. Even and so he's like kind of like an assistant to like everybody, and I like the fact that, like when Gojo was like you know give basically like you know he put his all in it, and I like the fact that his curse technique is not that really good, or like he doesn't have one at all. I like the fact that he was there, so that's why I'm putting him here. Kusakabe. I'm gonna put Kusakabe at grade one. I really like Kusakabe, especially after the Sukuna the Sukuna raid or during the Sukuna raid, because for so fact that he wasn't really trying to like fight. He was like, wow, he was like what a drag type of character like Shikamaru is, but like he always like you know put himself on the line, and he's another character that realized that in the beginning he was tripping because he was for this the execution of like Yuji, but he realized that as the older generation that you know he's kind of they shouldn't be like that, and like they're placing like all their hopes and dreams and worries and traumas onto the younger generation, which an older generation shouldn't be doing. Um, Yaga. I'm gonna put Yaga. I'm put Yaga at grade two. Yeah, I'm gonna put Yaga at grade two. And Gojo. I feel like the last time I did this, I would have done Gojo as special grade, but I'm gonna put Gojo as honor one because he really won. When he said "Nah, I win," yeah, he really won, and he really did his thing. Like throughout the story, it feels like he was the main character, even though the main character was like other people. But Gojo he really did his thing. Like he fought his heart out. He made sure that all his pupils were like good. He instilled values into them. Like he's honestly, in my opinion, I feel like he's one of the best teachers in like manga and anime history, because you know even though he was so like wild and it seemed like he wasn't really a good teacher, like he really had sat down and had conversation with everybody. Like with Yuji, he told him, "Hey man, don't be like me, be like you. I don't want you guys to forget me. I want you to be you." And that's what Yuji did in Modulo. He reconnected Nobara with her mother and basically got her mother to got her grandmother to like basically get her mother like revenge on her. Megami basically try to get Megami to like stop being so conservative and like safe and just let loose because Megami is always a very reserved person. He had basically one of the best fights like Sukuna has ever had. Like Sukuna would never forget him if Sukuna had lived longer. Like Gojo, Jojo's a great character. Um, and forget these characters. So, let's see here. Let's look over here. So the honor ones: Yuji, Sukuna, Toji, Chozo, Dabura, Kyoko, Higuruma, Kento, Todo, Takada, Yuta, Nobura, Maki, and Gojo. Yeah. Okay, honor ones. I would not add anybody to that. Megami, Maru, Cross, Tsurugi, Yuka. Yeah, the reason why that these guys are not in honored ones, even though they have like amazing feats, it's just they're they didn't the things that they did wouldn't make me put them as like glazing them like do no wrong. Um, Kenjaku, okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say this is good. Let me check my. Let me see if I can find my old list here. Let's see how close I was here. All right, so I had Gege here. If I had Gege, I would put. You know what? This was this will be Gege here. This is in the shadows, plotting on us. So Gege would be an honor one. Actually, no. Yeah, no. I'm putting Gege here. Yeah, put Gege here. Yeah, this is gonna be Gege. He's gonna be honor one because he's created. Oh no. I'm gonna put Yuji the artist. He's gonna be the artist. It's gonna be Yuji the artist. They're honor ones because Yuji Iwasuke, he created great art for Modulo, and Gege created this amazing story of Jujutsu Kaisen. So they're definitely honor ones. So let's see what's difference I have. So Gege, Sukuna, Yuji, Yuta, Nabura, Maki, Mahito. Oh, I have Mahito on special grade. Okay. Takada, Todo, Nanami, Toji, Chozo. Okay, Magaraga. I didn't have Magaraga on my list, but I would put a Magaraga in special grade. Rika. I put Rika in honor one. Higuruma, Gojo, and okay. So the only people I don't have Magaraga, Rika, um, uh, Hikari, and Mahito. Yeah, that makes sense. Special grade. Special grade. I have Megami, Jogo, Mei, Kenjaku, Takaba. Do I have Takaba? Where do I have Takaba? Yeah. Okay. I have Yuki in special grade. What did I do? And I have Kashibo, Rio, and Wasuke in special grade. Why did I have her in special grade and him in special grade? No, my opinion's definitely changed. Grade 1. I have Geto, Murata, Kuzukabe, Hanami, Urame, Nyota, Angel, and Yura. I definitely have more people in special grade. So Dura, Wasuke, Urame, Miguel, Jugo, Ryu, Ino. Okay, okay. I have Ino in grade 2. This must have been before that. Dagon. Why did I have Dagon in grade 2? Grade 2, Ino, Junpei, Inuchi, the Lucky Guy, Nabito, Yuji's friends. This is the Grasshopper spirits. These are the Chris Woon brothers, the Star Plasma Festival girl, her maid, Jin, and Reggie. That's grade 2. Grade 2. Yeah, this must have been before like the Culling games. Yeah, this must have been before the Culling games, or the Culling games haven't like even started yet. I guess. Yeah, interesting.
I like her.
Yeah, very interesting. It's interesting how my opinions ended. I think maybe before I was going more off of like feats. My opinions of like certain characters have like either gone down or gone up. Like for example, Iniji, I put him at grade 1 because I feel I like him more as like a character because of the things that he's done. And then Yuki, she's definitely like a cool character. All right, let me really think. Cause I don't want to do her dirty. Kashimo, Yuji, Mei Mei, Ryu. I put Ryu as special grade. I want to put Kashimo in special grade. I don't know. I think his like I don't know. He's like he's. I feel like I like because Ryu and Kashimo they're like two sorcerers that just want to fight like strongest people. But I just like Ryu's uh whole 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 thing better than Kashimo's because Ryu's like he equated this his whole desire of like fighting because he hasn't had his feeling of life. While I was like Kashimo, it's like kind of the same thing, but he feels like more of like Vegeta in the sense where like Vegeta always like wants to like fight like the strongest. I don't know. When I think of Kashimo, like I feel like he's like similar personality to Vegeta. And Vegeta is like an interesting character, but like Kashimo doesn't have like the history that Vegeta has. Yuki, I'm trying to think about Yuki. I just wish they could have Geki could have done more with her. I like how strategic she is. I like how like she is like definitely like she's very stubborn in her fight. She's strategic and she had this whole idea of like trying to like change society, and she's not really involved in like the politics because she doesn't want to deal with like all of them. Is there anybody else I would move up? No, I think that's it. I think that's everybody. Yeah, so that is all I have to say about about this. I hope you guys like my tier list. Let me know what you think I got wrong or what I got right. Which is none because this is my opinion. But who would you consider as your honored ones? your honor ones, and if you had a tier list like mine's. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Yeah, subscribe, like the video, and thanks. See you later. Bye.
It doesn't matter now what happens. I will never give up the fight. Long as the voice inside drives me to run and fight.